You know, it's hard to pin just one favorite memory of Mom. Mom loved to travel. When I look back, those are probably some of my favorite memories of her and I traveling together. I mean, we traveled in Australia, we traveled through Europe, we traveled the East Coast and Midwest together. It was always an adventure. Those are some of my favorite memories because it was her and I.
Going to the beach. It was so fun. She loved the sand and the beach. And that's one of the favorite last memories. That before she died, we went to the beach, the sand was warm, and she laid again on her stomach and just snuggled into the sand. And she was so happy. The beach was her favorite place and mine to go with her.
One of the most cherished is I had taken Dad and he'd gone to his 70th class reunion in Utah. What delighted me was that when we walked in and got home, that she lit up. I was concerned that she may not recognize Dad after being gone that long, but it really warmed my heart to see her all excited to see him come home.
There's so many, it's hard to pull one out. She was always there for us, whatever we needed to do. There are too many to try and specify one.
Probably my favorite memory of my mom is how much she liked her dogs and her going for walks with the dogs and the way she spoiled them with anything the dogs wanted, fed them and overfed them. But yeah, probably be her enjoyment of her dogs.
I think part of the reason we're in the tulips business is because my grandfather coming from Holland. But my grandfather drank scotch, and he would drink scotch with my mom. I would come in after work and she and I would have a scotch and we'd share stories and memories, and I learned a lot, and it was a really fun time to be with Mom at those times when she could open up and talk about her life and things. Her saying was, when she wanted me to come up after work to have a scotch with her, she would say, "Are you thirsty?" And so as she proceeded in her disease, she'd come out into the farm and ask if I was thirsty. Well, you know, sometimes it'd be 9 o'clock in the morning if she'd ask if I was thirsty. You know, it became obvious in those conversations that there was something going on with Mom. And even after I knew she didn't know my name, she still knew who I was, the guy that would have a scotch with her. So she'd still come out into the farm and say, "Are you thirsty?" I remember the very last time, which was very sad, as I came up, she asked if I was thirsty. I come up, have a scotch with her, and she just drank the whole glass down like a glass of water. And it was like, oh, I know this is the last time I'm going to be with Mom doing this. And, you know, that's very sad.
Yeah, I am Steve. I'm the oldest of 6 of Ross and Dorothy.
I'm Karen Iverson Beaver. I'm child number 2.
I'm Nels Iverson. I'm number 3 in the line of the family.
I'm Ken Iverson. I'm number 4. So.
I'm Barb, number 5 of 6 of Ross and Dorothy.
I'm Paul Iverson. I'm the youngest of Ross and Dorothy's 6 kids.
You know, the first 4 came within 3 years and 3 months. And that was a lot of kids fast. And after the 4th one, the doctor looked at Dad and Mom and said, "You need to slow down." So there's like a 4.5-year gap between Ken and I. Yeah, it was a great childhood. Lots of memories, so it's great to grow up on the farm. You know, with Mom, it was tough because we always expected Mom to outlive Dad, and Mom to be there for, you know, till she was in her 90s. And when Alzheimer started, you know, at first it was puzzling because we didn't know what was going on, and we thought, you know, she was losing her hearing because she just wasn't understanding. And you know, it was just so hard because when you took her to the doctor's appointments and seeing the decline, it was tough.
So I kind of knew when Mom was starting to show signs of it, what to kind of expect. I knew it wasn't good.
We all get wrapped up in the day-to-day things, and you don't realize how precious what you have. It really is. And you think tomorrow, oh, I'll catch up with them tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes.
You know, it's given me a great appreciation of enjoy each day. And even though Mom went through Alzheimer's, and as hard as it was at times, she was generally very happy. And, you know, celebrate each day. Even though she didn't remember everything as she used to, I think the thing that I got out of it most is savor the day and savor what you do have.
I have more empathy after seeing Mom go through that.
It's like watching somebody die twice. You lose them mentally, and then eventually you lose them physically. And that's a very difficult thing to go through. So, you know, I want to have the memories. I want my grandkids and my kids to have great memories, and not, you know, there's lots of times we think we really need to get stuff done and we're really busy, but really we're not as busy as we think we are. And you know, the biggest legacy we all have in our lives is our own kids, you know, and our grandkids. You know, we can build a great Tulip Festival that, you know, it's very rewarding for all of us, but our real legacy is our families. Mom's fingerprints are everywhere here. I mean, the garden, you know, my mom was very much loved daffodils. And so I always look at the little daffodil garden out at the exit of the wooden shoe as kind of Mom's garden in a lot of ways. Mom was so proud of what, you know, what they built here, and so the questions I'd ask her is, are we upholding your legacy? And the legacy of the next generation, are you happy for that we're going to make it go for another generation?
You know, if Mom were still here today, I'd probably just ask her when she wanted to go to the beach or where she wanted to go next.
I'd probably ask her, what do you think of the tulips now? And the festival and how we're doing. Yeah, and if you want to go to the beach, yeah.
I just wish that I'd been able to spend more time with her.
Probably if I had the opportunity, just a little bit more about family history about her dad. I never had the opportunity to know Grandpa, her dad, and just some questions, ask some more questions about her family and that kind of stuff.
I would ask her how she's doing. I always found that she was very compassionate. It was always nice to visit with her to find her perspective. You always wonder as a sibling, how am I doing? What do you think what I could do to be better in my life?